Hi, gang. It's sexy. Let's wrap up Hardee at high tide. A little bit early. Got about another turn, maybe. So, I, I tell you that you got to wonder if there's an element to all wargaming, especially when you're talking, this era and back through Napoleon and everything, where the esprit de corps or the I want to get it done attitude of certain troops, or maybe the negative mental state of one side towards the other, where they think, oh my God, they're going to wear us out, or we can't fight them, or how you can incorporate that into games. And I know we have morale and cohesion and stuff like that, but not knowing a whole lot about Murfreesboro and what happened, but do knowing that how this fight went from here, and they drove to almost to the railroad, which you can't see on the map. In the actual fight, I can't see how it gets done here. Granted, we're rolling dice, and that's the whole thing. And under, maybe different circumstances with each play, it could be different. But I could never, in this playthrough here, get McCown and Cleburne out of this field. I really couldn't even get him into these woods other than right in here with Cleburne. And don't be fooled that you see these units here, because every one of these units sitting right here, one more step and they're collapsed. Okay? One more full turn of this game, and I'm pretty sure that McCown and more than likely Cleburne, that's going to be 2 rec divisions, 2 BCE divisions, okay? And with Cheatham only getting 1 freaking activation for like 3 consecutive turns, he could just not get up here and affect anything on Sheridan. And then, of course, Negley's troops, they're pretty strong troops too, closing down on the flank over there, because you got to figure out what you're going to do with Cheatham to get up through there. And the only other reinforcements the Confederates were getting were Force Cavalry, who were fatigue level 4, that were coming on right now. I can't see anything happen. I didn't even have to get around to moving those Union reinforcements with Crittenden and all them that were pouring in. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing how the Confederates could punch through here. So I'm going to ask if anybody that sees this out there that has played this scenario, tell me how much you were able to get out of a Confederate push in this scenario. Do you just wait? Do you mass? You can't mass McCown and Cleburne together, because then their flank could just be completely turned, and I just can't see doing that. If I could maybe get more activations out of Cheatham, which that could be the thing too, and got a stronger push in there, yeah, maybe. So I decided, okay, well, let's count the victory points. Well, there's no objective victory points that the Confederates are going to take, so let's just rule them out. We'll just say we'll rule them out. Not even count them as being owned by the Union, which would make that a victory easily for the Union. But I only came up with 3 victory points for the 1 rec division for the Union, which would be a draw. So, not seeing it, guys. Need a little more. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Murfreesboro, but I'm just not seeing how... and Cleburne was a strong general, and there were some good brigade commanders in this fight here too. And Cheatham, I thought Cheatham was better than what he's getting here. Knew Hardee was a good commander. Knew that Thomas the Rock, he was a great commander. Knew Sheridan was a good commander. Knew Rousseau was a good commander. I would have to say that the initial turning point in the game would be when Shepard drew that loose cannon and broke out of these woods and charged into McCown's troops over, his regiments over here, some of his brigades, and just literally trashed them. like I say, there's nothing left for the Confederates coming on. That's everything you see right there. And you've got two brigades, four brigades of Union still coming on. And then you got the Pioneer unit, who looks pretty potent too, that can move up through those woods right there. Palmer's not even touched. Negley barely touched. Well, it's not Negley. It's one of his. It's who is it? I keep saying Negley, but it's not Negley. It's Stanley's brigade sitting over here, barely touched. Okay, yeah, the Union lost a bunch of artillery, and Sheridan's hardly touched. So I mean, you got all this stuff, and then here's a whole brigade from Rousseau sitting right here that he's not even touched. So yeah, so we're going to wrap this thing up, and we're going to move on to another fight, I believe. But there you go, Dead of Winter. First time I've ever had it on the table, played anything from it. From 2009, Great Battles of the American Civil War, the Battle of Murfreesboro, Stones River, however you look at it. The scoring from where you stop it at says a draw. I'm going to say it's not a draw. I'm going to say it's a Union victory, in my opinion, because the Confederates they made zero headway in this thing, in my opinion, other than causing some casualties and wrecking a division that was on the border of being wrecked anyhow. All right, let's get this cleared off and move on to the next thing. Let y'all see the outcome. Give me your input on this. If you played, I want to know what your outcome on this thing was. All right, we'll talk to y'all soon.